A golf event with a tradition building year after year. Celebrities, athletes, and Silicon Valley heavyweights tackling a Northern California golf course that is a gem. It's the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge. This is the 8th year of the challenge at the Stanford Golf Course, the breeding ground for some of the game's greats, and today the home of a competition where 22 teams battle for over $100,000 of prize money, all to be given to the charity of their choice. It's very competitive golf, pro golfers and CEOs fighting to win it all for charity.
Yeah, we're out playing in a I would say it's a pro-am, but it's really not a pro-am. It's a workday event, and we're trying to raise money for charities.
Well, it's a great event because it supports great charities, and we've had the opportunity to give almost $100,000 to KIPP Bay Area schools over the last 5 years, so we're really excited.
Well, it's a great event. We think it's a nice way to help the technology community give back to our local community. Our two sponsors that we're playing for this year are Eastside Prep, a great high school and junior high in East Palo Alto, and the NorCal Golf Association Foundation, which supports junior golf in Northern California.
Well, it's just a great way to have fun but raise money for a great cause. And it's got a nice competitive spirit where we're all competing, but we're competing to win something that helps a great charity.
And the competition began during the day with an 18-hole qualifier. The top 8 teams have advanced to play into the evening. The overall leader after the daytime, Northern Lights School, and they're with our Kate Scott.
All right, we're here with the daytime winners, the Northern Lights School over in Oakland. The guys had the lowest score of the day. Congratulations, gentlemen. And Luke, I'm going to talk to you. I want to know what the key was to your success today. What were you guys doing well out there?
Overcoming perseverance, you know. We had Steve come in with some quality shots. Vida started gelling well towards the end. We had Mark make a couple putts, and Derek made one clutch on 18. So I think we're in pretty good shape.
Can I tell you, this is a father-son team here.
Who did better, the father or the son?
The son. The father taught the son, so, you know. I think the son might have got him, but he putted well.
All right, well, and let's talk about tonight. Because of your great round, you go straight to the shootout. So what's the strategy for the shootout?
Well, first of all, the going straight to the shootout is great. So we got no other pressure on the gagathon or the chips because we've been in those. But so hopefully we get up there and we put a ball in the green and we just, we make a putt or we get a par, go back, and we do what we did last year. That's what we're hoping happens. And we got the team. We just, depends if we don't choke.
We won't choke, Kate. I don't like that.
I'm going to hold you to that, Vida.
We're not choking.
All right, last year's winners. Can they do it again tonight? We'll find out. Ted, back to you.
All right, Kate, well, as veterans of the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge, they understand. Steve Bissett said, hey, we don't have to deal with that test of your golf nerves. They don't have to deal with the putt off or the chip off. They go straight to the shootout at the end. But every team that participated in the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge gets one more chance to advance to the nighttime play. And it's right here, a test of putting. A 6-foot putt to eliminate down to one wild card entry that will advance to the chip-off. As always, this challenge has been governed by the marshals of the NCGA, who determined the placement for this 6-foot putt. And this is always the toughest draw, the first putter. That's a bold stroke, and leading off, UBS stays alive with the 6-footer. Every year at this challenge, it amazes, with all the camaraderie and all the spirit, how quiet it becomes so very quickly in this moment. Two in a row. And very wisely, each of the putters to follow is standing almost directly behind to try to get a line on this 6-footer. So two in a row in, and now Silver Lake. And these are the moments where the competitive nature, so many excellent golfers every year comprise this Workday Silicon Valley Challenge field. And it's in this moment when they somewhat experience what it's like to be a pro, to have eyes and cameras focused. And look at this series of putting. Workday 2, Mike McCarthy makes it 4 in a row that are in. So we're going to putt on. The next putt will be from 9 feet. It's just a function of how many teams will make it. 4 already in. And Barclays. Ooh, and Martin Connolly just a little pull on that putt. So the first team out. And now stepping forward, John Donahoe, whom you just heard from, speaking so well about the overriding purpose of this day and the abilities for all of these Silicon Valley professionals to donate to charities. Well done, 5 in. 5 in, and so this is a very strong display. And eHealth now, Gary Lauer, another challenge veteran. And that's 6 in. Well, in the challenge, we've never had to go beyond 9 feet. We'll see. You have 6 teams at 9 feet. 2 to play here at 6 feet. Dean Bradley Osborne next.
The famous Aussie, Ollie's father, up the putt.
And of course, golf is most always an individual sport. In this moment, not only does the putter here experience the pressure of being watched, but understanding that they're also putting for a team. And that's the hard feeling. The miss that eliminates Dean Bradley Osborne. So now the last team to putt from 6 feet is Jive Software. Ooh, that's the only putt that was left short.
6 teams move on.
And so, the frustration of not delivering, but very impressive performance. 6 teams have advanced now to a 9-foot putt. And the NCGA Marshals moving to a different angle on this green, a different approach to the hole. UBS to lead off for
you've been a tremendous help, Jerry.
Another putt.
Just outside the edge.
And finally, that leadoff putt bites UBS, a very challenging draw. And once again, you saw in the background all of the subsequent putters doing their due diligence. John Bankin now for Bank of the West. Well done. Well, Bank of the West is very much alive and now forces somebody else to make. Frank Walters for Silver Lake. Just left it outside. So still 1 make. 3 teams remain. And now the pros get their chance. Workday 2's putter, Jerry Kelly. Jerry Kelly with 3 PGA Tour wins on his resume. And isn't that the measure of this challenge, that yes, even a professional golfer can feel it on the 9-foot putt? And now here's a second pro, Stan Utley, a short game master. And he'll putt for his team Workday 1. Harris Barton, former 49er standout. One of the teammates, and as Jerry Kelly slid left, Stan Utley left it upright. So both pros have missed, and the last hope to stay alive, eHealth, Greg Urich. Didn't get it to the hole, so it is one man, John Bankin, who pulls Bank of the West through.
All right, so Bank of the West is moving on through the Gagathon because of this man, and you made it look easy. What were you thinking on that putt?
Don't leave it short. It was just a little bit right to left, and just don't leave it short. It was all I was trying to do.
Well, congratulations and good luck in the shootout.
Thank you so much.
So, 8 teams now get ready. They put the putters away for the time being and pull out their wedges. The chip-off is next. Welcome back to the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge at Stanford. This is the 8th annual event. It is the first with the title Workday. They've made a commitment to this event. And thus we are pleased to be joined by Neil Bushry, who is the co-founder of Workday. You've come off the golf course. Give us an idea, Neil. What attracted you and Workday to marry with this event?
Well, it's great to be here, Ted. I played in the event last year as a guest of Eric's and just loved the format. Love the fact that the winning team gets to pick the charity of their choice. And Workday as a company, we're very focused on being an innovator in software, but also an innovator in giving. And the Workday Foundation is core to what we do, and so this just worked out really nicely.
Well, that is such a signature part of this event, is the giving. How is that working for you so far?
It's great. You know, it's fascinating. We don't know the winning charity until the tournament's over, and I think that's fantastic. We've all played at tournaments where there's a designated charity, but for the winner to choose a charity, I think it's a novel way of doing it, and I love it.
And Workday, of course, has an international presence. You've built this company with your co-founder, Dave Duffield. Give us a sense of how your employees and understanding the marriage of the name, again, of Workday to an event like this.
Well, so we've tried to change the world of HR and finance software. We try to make it fun. We brought new technology, cloud technology, and we're very proud of having one of the happiest workforces in the world. We are typically rated the best company to work for in the Bay Area, and giving is a big part of that. And so this is a great way to tie giving, golf, I love golf. Yes. We sponsor Jerry Kelly and Matt Kuchar and Brandon Snedeker, and community. Many of the companies here are our customers, and so that actually makes it really work well.
Well, you mentioned some names. Terrific golfers here, a great golf course. How'd you play?
I played okay. Couldn't putt.
That means he played well.
Couldn't putt.
Okay, that's well done.
Couldn't putt.
Anil, a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the association. Well, if he had trouble putting, he was playing with pro Stan Utley, who we'll learn later on is very good in the short game. Well, now our skills challenge continues. The putters have gone away. It's out for the wedges and the chip-off. 8 teams to chip. The top 4 will advance to join the daytime winner, Northern Light. And this is the wild card advance. Bank of the West, Russ Playford first. About a 60-foot chip as laid out by the NCGA marshals. And again, it's simply closest to the hole. And that is 9 feet 6 on the opening chip. So next up now, AVG and Jay McDaniel.
Looks pretty solid too, and that could.
Players getting a decent read now, not only on the line, but on the speed and how far they want to flip that ball before they let it roll. This one will be 11 feet 1. That's probably going to be borderline on a qualifying distance. We have some very strong golfers still to go here in this chip-off. Here's Alex Corba. He's a teacher, but he's also a fixture around golf courses in the Bay Area. Had an outstanding round in the daytime.
is a guy that shot a 67 this morning.
Well, now you see why. Look at that. That's going to be a chip that should advance his team. That is going to be within 5 feet. Let's see, that's 2 feet 9. And Alex Corb's teammates know that's the joy of competing in this event. When you perform in that clutch moment and receive all of that love from your team. So now Evercore understanding that there's at least one close to the hole. And that ball, you saw it, it hit the second cut there and died.
Next up.
And so the opposite emotion here. Teammates saying, hey, hang with him.
Abrahamson, husband of Donna Abrahamson.
Well, Franklin Templeton has been a team that traditionally has made it this far in the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge. Now they need somebody to deliver that chip, the one that we just saw Corba deliver for Red Point. Up high from Eric Abrahamson, that will scoot by. We'll wait for the measurement. That might be in qualifying distance right now. And it will be 10 feet 7.
Currently in third place with a 10-7.
But there are 3 still to go. And here is one of the Bay Area's great golf enthusiasts, John Maroney, plays both at San Francisco Golf Club and Burlingame Golf Club. A good player. He likes this moment.
That's why they call him Big John at home. Big
John. Look at this roll. I wasn't kidding. He likes this moment.
Oh, my goodness.
And I like John. He walks around thinking, I knew I was going to do that. That is a winner. 1 foot 4. And so TPG will be through. That's outstanding.
Workday 3.
Still 2 teams to play, and here's a fine golfer. In fact, both of these players are outstanding. Spencer Fletcher for Workday 3 plays on the Web.com tour. He needs to be inside 10 feet 7. Nice touch and roll. Up high again, but that one looks to be in a qualifying spot.
So close.
You hear all the pin high comments. The line not right, but the distance will work, 7 feet. And so that will put Workday 3 right now into the top 4.
Wente Vineyards.
So Workday 3 will get through, and now it's Wente Vineyards and another brilliant golfer who had dominant moments on this very course during his career at Stanford. Zach Miller, he needs to be inside 9 feet 6.
Oh my, and he...
Well, he's done it. Well, he just backed up what John Marin did. 2 fine chips, and Wente Vineyards will get through 1 foot 5. And so Zach Miller puts an exclamation point on Wente Vineyards' advance. Those are the 4 that will join Northern Lights School.
All right, well, thanks to this man who a lot of you may recognize standing beside me, Wente Vineyards is moving on, and that is Stanford All-American Zach Miller. Now, I'm guessing you're pretty familiar with this course. He shot a 63 today, so what was it like to be back on the links here?
Yeah, very familiar with this golf course. And, you know, when you're just having a good time, especially at the Silicon Valley Challenge, it's just laid back, bunch of good people, and, yeah, played really well, had enjoyed the day with the Wente Vineyard team.
How much did your knowledge of the greens help you with this chip?
I haven't been out here for a long time, know the course very, very well. But even I was really happy with my round today, but the team played well in general, and that's why we're still alive in this thing.
Well, good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Ted, back to you.
All right, Kate, well, as we prepare for the 5-team playoff, we're going to see if we can get Vida some tips on that swing. A tradition at the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge has been a meeting on the golf course of Silicon Valley executives and professional golfers. Several are here this year, and now here's a short game tip from StanWRKDY.
I ask everybody that I do a clinic with, who's the best putter you know, and do they have a long follow through, a medium follow through, or a short follow through? And I think you'll be surprised to realize most of the best putters on the tour and most of the best putters you play with at the club have short follow-throughs. So I'm going to show you a drill. I have what my friend loaned me called the thump hoop, but you could just stick 2 tees in the ground and let your club swing free and crash the hoop and have a sensation of, wow, the ball is gone very soon after it hits my putter face. And I do not need to chase after the ball once I've hit the ball. Now, I'm not saying don't follow through, but I am saying you do not have to accelerate through the putt and chase after the ball if it's gone. If you get your putter swing in sequence, let it swing back free, crash the ball, and be done.
That's very unique. I'm going to take that tip to the putting green the next time I go. We're getting set to go back to the 18th at Stanford Golf Course, the 5-team shootout coming up. It's our annual Fix of Bagpipes, accompanying the teams back up the 18th at the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge. And Kate Scott is at the tee box.
All right, I'm here with the Workday 3 team. Now, I know there's some strategy involved in this final hole. How did you get chosen to go first?
Well, my drive was right here earlier today, so I knocked it on the green, and so we're going to try to do that again.
How you feeling with the lights gone down,
Love it.
Everybody around you? Like the pressure?
It's awesome. Yeah. Looking for a good shot.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Ted.
All right, Kate, we'll find out how Kevin Roberts likes it right now. About 150 is the place in the fairway where the approach shots will be hit to the green. 5 teams. The top 2 scorers will go back and play in the championship shootout. A nice tempo on that swing from Kevin Roberts. That's left and back left, but it's on the green. So Workday 3. First up, and they are on the putting surface. Now it'll be Red Point and John Waleka. You get a beautiful view at dusk here at the Stanford Golf Course. The 18th green lit, as always, for the shootouts of the challenge. That one never got quite up in the air, and that's going to skip into the bunker. So a sand shot front right coming for Red Point. Mark Sultan out for Wente Vineyards. Mark, in the Peninsula area, well-known sports writer and very good golfer. Hit that one thin. It's going to skip up, though, and be another shot. It's going to end up back left. Very back. So a challenging putts ahead for Wente. Now Kevin Delahanty from TPG. And the last 2 teams here will have a little bit of an extra pressure because there is no one relatively close to the pin yet. As Delahanty knew it right away. Kevin realizes that's off right. And thankfully the NCGA marshals are on hand. They'll locate that ball, and you saw it lie briefly. And now the defending champions and a veteran of this moment, Steve Bissett, the leadoff man for Northern Light. Now that looks like the best ball out of the 5. And it is. So that looks to be in the 30, maybe 35-foot range. That's the closest to the pin. As the bagpipers accompany the golfers back towards the 18th green, slightly uphill at Stanford Golf Course. A wonderful touch to honor a fabulous tradition in this sport. Unfortunately, two teams are a little frustrated right now. Both Red Point and TPG need to get on the green. And so Jeff Miller gets the first shot from the sand. Oh, you see, got it fat and left it short.
From this spot. Direct back, straight forward. Okay.
Well, another very unique measure of this challenge. The NCGA officials supervising a drop there for TPG, and Cree Edwards unable to get that ball up onto the putting surface. So now, both Red Point and TPG need to be right to the pin here. Scott Rainey's third for Red Point. All right, that's good enough. That will give them a chance to putt for 4. And now Jeff Rhodes, second lefty here on the 18th. And again, needs to put this one at the hole. That's nicely done, too. So Red Point and TPG both lie 3. They will both have shots, but it is now to the putting to determine the two teams that will advance when the shootout continues. The Workday Silicon Valley Challenge returns to the 18th green at Stanford. 5 teams now will once again challenge their nerves. Different putts from different distances. And 2 will survive to play for the championship. This is the longest putt. Richard Harris, Wente Vineyards. Second stroke, and this is outstanding. That is a terrific putt, and it's going to make Richard Harris feel really good about contributing to his team. He puts that somewhere around 5 feet. Now Workday 3. This is their second. Another distance putt. Oh, did not strike that ball well. And there it is. That's the teamwork element. Sorry, guys. So Workday 3 will have work to do. So now, Northern Lights School and Luke Sandy getting the read there. Steve Bissett, who hit the tee shot to put the ball on the green, now acting as the caddy, helping Luke get a read on this. About 35 feet.
Just a bit short, about a 3-footer line.
All right, a little bit short, but that should be good enough for Northern Light. Still away as Workday 3 now. Third for Kevin Jarvis. Now they're having a tough roll here. Short on the first putt, by the hole on the second. Now Red Point, which needs a make here to keep their hopes alive. This will be the 4th for Red Point. Tomas Tungus. And went well past. It's that time of the evening at the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge when friends and family have joined the proceedings. Everybody watching, increasing the challenge for these golfers. Another must make you believe here for TPG and Jeff Wilson. They're fourth. Ooh. Didn't turn quite enough. John Marin tips or taps in for the 5 for TPG. 5 may not be good enough. And so that's the pressure facing Alex Corba now of Red Point. This is Red Point's 5th, so needs to make this. Alex trying to have another magical moment. He hit the fabulous chip to get Red Point through the chip off. Ooh. Well, this round of putting, the green is winning right now. John Waleka will tap, but Red Point most certainly will be eliminated here at 6. And so now the hole is surrounded. Who can drain these tough short putts to secure their spot? 2 teams will advance. Tom Marth now for workday 3. This is their 4th. Ooh. Missing on the low side. So Spencer Fletcher will tap this in. Making sure he's not interfering with another player's line. So we have 2 5s and a 6 now that are in. And 2 teams remain. Wente Vineyards and Northern Light both should be able to get in no worse than 4. So Pat Fallon will try to wrap this up for Wente Vineyards. This is their 3rd. Ooh. Wow. That one really got away from Pat. And Wente does not have a sure thing coming back. That will be a testy putt. And in fact, it's, you see Pat marking it. And that's going to mean Eric Wente will have to get ready to make an important putt. But first will be Mark Sani for Northern Light. This is their 3rd. Now there's the calm make. And so the defending champions will go back up 18 and get a chance to repeat. Who will join them?
Yeah, right. Nice going, Mark. Nice going. Nice putt, right?
Eric Wente putting for a 4. Looks like he needs a club.
Well, they're used to it, but now it is Eric Wente. Another Stanford product. Outstanding in the wine business. We're going to find out how nervy he is here on a tough little 3.5 footer. Oh, right in the middle. Look at the look on Eric's face. And so Wente Vineyards does secure a 4 and the other spot in the championship shootout.
Talk about a pressure putt. Everyone watching, silent here on the green. Make or go home, and you did it.
Well, I managed to get lucky and roll it up, and it fell in. So we'll go to the next round and see how well we do.
Did you do anything special with the putt? Have you been putting well all day?
It's about average for me. It slopped around the edge and went in, so we were lucky.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Ted, back to you.
Thanks, Kate. So there it is. Northern Light, the defending champions, with the 3, and Wente that secures the 4. They will play for the championship. While they go back up 18, we're going to bring Stan Utley back with another Workday golf tip next. The Workday Silicon Valley Challenge Championship will usually be decided by play around the greens. So let's check in with Stan Utley for another Workday golf tip.
I want to show you a basic pitch and run shot and kind of give you a feel for what I see as a big culprit if you're struggling, and what you can do, a couple thoughts for you to do to help your chipping. So the first question is, do you notice that if you're struggling or your partner is struggling, they tend to swing and dip? Because I see that with all my students that are having trouble with their chipping. Well, the fix is twofold. One, I want you to be okay with, when you swing your club head, you need your elbows soft and you need to let the club swing free from your wrist. So I'm not asking you to pull on the handle. I'm asking you to deliver the club back to neutral at impact. So here's what that looks like. I'm going to hit this little chip. I'm going to hinge it, unhinge it, pitch the ball up to the hole. Now, the next piece of the equation is, how do you move your body? If you're struggling, I know you're dipping, so what I want you to do is try to stand up tall, face the hole, and be level at impact. So watch how my legs and my upper body react as I pitch the ball. I stand up forward and tall, my right knee faces the hole, my right heel's off the ground, my shoulders and hips get pretty level at the finish. And that's going to feel very peculiar for a lot of you, because you're like, well, if I'm supposed to stay in my posture. If I raise up, won't I top it? Well, the fact is, when you start raising up, the club head will go down and clip the grass and hit the shot for you. Use these 2 tips, you'll chip better and shoot lower.
That's a talent. Hit a bank shot off his second chip. Outstanding. All right, our 2 teams are getting set for the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge Championship next. Welcome back to Stanford and the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge. Every year we have a chance to visit with Eric Van Dillen, my friend, who was a great tennis player, played for the United States, and now, second act in life, you've adopted golf. The 8th year, Eric, that you've been able to pull this off, and the amazing thing, it's such high-quality golf. Give us an idea, in the 8th year now, what changes you put in place?
Well, we're delighted to have a new title sponsor in Workday, Neil Bushry, who's built this fabulous company and a technology company, and we're in the heart of technology. We're in Silicon Valley, right, at Stanford, where a lot of this emanates from, and so that's different. And I think the twist for us is it's really good golf. So, not that other outings and happenings aren't good golf, but we have a concentration. We've had Morgan Pressel, we've had Julie Inkster, we've had Nota Begay, we've had Zach Miller. We have great competition.
I know firsthand because I've played this course and I know how hard it is, and I've played in this event a couple of times, and it's frustrating if you're not keeping up with the caliber of golfer you bring in.
Yeah. The problem is when you're around great golfers, either you relax and say they've got it covered, or you're thinking, God, I want to hit it as far as they can hit it, and your game falls apart. And you can't, and you won't be able to, and you got to stay within yourself.
And ultimately, the reason for all this is to donate to charity. What's the number going to be this year?
Well, we're going to give another $100,000 out like we did last year. We're going to grow that with Workday over time. In total, we've given $1,200,000 plus away, and it's not to a charity that's my charity or your charity. If you win the money and play well, you get to give it to a charity you care about, your own personal charity. So we just facilitate the giving process, try to make it fun, surround ourselves with great people, with really, really strong competition, and it seems to be working.
It has once again become a fall institution here in the Bay Area, the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge. Eric, good to see you.
Thank you.
Well done. And through Eric's work, over 50 Northern California charities have benefited from donations from the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge over 7 years. Interesting, in 7 years, there have been 7 different champions. Northern Light will try to be the first to win this twice. Wente Vineyards hopes to spoil, and here's Zach Miller. The same 150 shot from the first part of the shootout. Well, and there's the first dart that's been thrown at the 18th pin. And that puts a squeeze on Derek Gregory for Northern Light. Now Northern Light knows what it's like to win this. They understood who they were going to face and a player of Zach Miller's accomplishment. And now Derek Gregory has to see if he can respond. That's well struck. Yeah. Nicely done by Derek Gregory. It's perhaps 30 feet. And so, good tee shots by both. And the championship to be determined on the 18th green.
60. Hey, great shot, baby. Great shot. Isn't it?
The Workday Silicon Valley Challenge Championship now being decided on the 18th green at Stanford. Under the lights, but a very nice fall evening at Stanford. Two good shots to approach. And a different measure of pressure for Vida Blue. Here's a man who pitched in 3 World Series. But we've seen him before at the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge and how he handles this pressure on the golf course. Derek Gregory's shot in the range of 30 feet. Steve Bissett again serving as the quote-unquote caddy, giving Vida a read on the putt. One of the great left-handed pitchers of his time, trying to be equally proficient as a right-handed putter. That's a good roll by Vida. That's a very good roll. And as the lead putt that strong, as that assures Northern Light of a 3. Now, Mark Soltow. Talked earlier, a very good golfer coming off some recent back surgery for Wente Vineyards. Oh! Mark Soltow hasn't moved like that in 30 years. I have a feeling a lot of Stanford greats are going to hear about that little dance. But an earned victory for Wente Vineyards at the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge. After so much stress on short putts, Mark Soltow rolls one in from 25 to give Wente Vineyards the victory and $25,000 to the charity of their choice.
All right, I'm here with the winning team, and wouldn't you know it, the one guy who forgot to wear the red polo is the one who makes the final putt.
It's the captain's fault he didn't get the memo.
So it's the captain's fault you didn't get the memo, but you got the putt memo. What a putt.
The captain got us into the last part of it. He made a great putt, and we had a great leader today, and Zach Miller played fantastic golf, and total team effort all the way.
Now, that last putt, I know that you've been a long-time golf writer, and now you're on the other side of things. So how was the pressure? You're used to writing about the pressure, but you were under it tonight.
I'm just glad I don't do this for a living.
And how was the short game the rest of the day? Have you been putting well all day?
I scuffled out there, but again, you know, we all contributed, and that's the whole key, and made some money for charity, so that's the most important thing.
That is the most important thing. And what is the charity of choice for you gentlemen tonight?
Well, we have that under discussion. We didn't actually expect to get this far. So we have several ideas, and we need to have a team caucus here to come up with an answer.
All right, and then hopefully next year, if you keep this talent, you'll have an idea before you start next year. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Ted, back to you.
Well, thank you, Kate, and some very deserving charities to Participate in the winnings by Wendy Vineyards in a very appropriate pose on the 18th green after their championship. Another exquisite fall day at a premier Northern California golf course. And a day filled of meetings, Silicon Valley executives, some outstanding amateur golfers, a handful of professional golfers, and professional athletes. It was serious competition, a lot of fun at the end. It's all part of the Workday Silicon Valley Challenge. For Kate Scott and our crew, I'm Ted Robinson. Thank you for joining us from the Stanford Golf Course.